Welcome to the channel, everybody. So today's video is going to be a discussion on a current topic that I've been seeing kind of trend a little bit more, and especially from the slap forums that I'm a part of. I have been kind of venting an issue that I've had when it comes to the skate industry, which is pro shoes versus pro colorways. And so what I mean by that is a lot of companies, obviously you guys being consumers as well as myself, they've been giving a lot more colorways than they do pro models, and I understand it's because of costs when it comes to making molds, when it comes to fabrics, when it comes to design, sampling process, and all that. I get it, but my issue is when it comes to someone getting continuous pro model after pro model after pro model colorway, not pro model shoe, pro model shoe, pro model shoe. When they get tons of colorways and they don't get a shoe, versus someone that gets maybe one colorway and then they get their own shoe, I'm kind of at the fence of like, why? Why is it that if a company is so willing to give someone tons of colorways, but they don't give them a shoe, and they give somebody else a shoe that gets one to no colorways right off the bat? Contracts are obviously a huge thing. Some people they have to get a pro shoe or they're not going to be a part of it or whatever the case is. Some people really don't care. But this is just what I have stated on the Slap message forum. So we're going to go over that real quick and just kind of get your guys' thoughts at the end as far as, do you agree, do you disagree, do you not really care, what have you. So I went on and wrote, I mean, almost everything of mine is switched to a 9, just to make it easy. So I wrote, can someone please explain this to me? Why is it someone is continuously given colorways of shoes without ever being given a pro model? This isn't a hateful question. I'm truly curious because as of the last few years, I've seen many get nothing but colorways, while those who get their own pro model shoe had maybe one colorway, and that was to test the waters if their name sells to give them their own design. Case in point, Knock. Dude has had 5 now. Andrew Allen now has another and has been getting colorways since it was him, Gilbert, Fanner, and Chima all getting their own colorways of all team shoes and even being front runners to advertise the Stage 4s, which is what brought together the Waffle Cup construction. So Miles Silvas has had 4 or 5 colorways, and his parts always create a lot of interest amongst the majority of skating, but none of these dudes have pro models, just colorways. On the flip side, Shane just now got his first shoe and had his own Janowski colorway not long ago, but when CK1 first got on Nike SB, he was immediately given a colorway of the Janowski, and Tyshawn got one colorway of the shell toe, and then a pro model was in the works before he got Sodi. Tiago was also the same way for his colorway of the Plaza before getting his pro model. I'm not hating on any of the skaters. I'm just genuinely confused to what and why of the whole situation because, at least to me, if you had a colorway of most of the new shoes coming out that either says, one, your name color choices sell really well and maybe are tests to see if you can carry your own model, or two, they're willing to give you a chance repetitively but something isn't working, questioning sponsorship. Either way, if someone has countless colorways and no pro model shoe, something doesn't add up to me because talent doesn't mean pro model. It's how well you're able to be marketed, and if your name sells, pro models come faster for those individuals. Again, totally just my thoughts, but can someone please give me some insight? And thankfully, I did actually have someone that responded, and it was the Emerica team manager. So what he went to state is, I can't speak for the brands out there, but if you look at big brands like Nike, Cons, Adidas, and Vans, they just don't really do pro model shoes. Vans probably the most out of all the corporate brands, but for the other 3, they just don't seem too eager to give a pro shoe out to a lot of their riders. Designing a pro shoe takes a long time with a lot of back and forth, the team rider getting multiple versions of the shoe sampled, etc. And with something like a colorway, the process is just a lot more simple with the fact that the shoe is already in the line and the only thing that has to be changed is the color and or materials. Another thing to think of is that those brands probably don't need to be making pro models. Is the new Ave or Shane shoe really going to blow up and make them millions? Probably not, as they have their existing models that do that, such as the Eras, Half Cabs, Janowskis, Dunks. They have their money makers and are probably content with it. They can give a rider a colorway, put it out sooner, and probably make the same amount, if not more, since they don't have to create a new mold, which is extremely expensive. As a brand like America, we've given a lot of the pro shoes over the years, and most of them have had multiple shoes. So I think it's just sort of how a brand sees it. So, and I agree to a certain extent, but some people decided to comment back on that, and they said, I'm sure that there's a lot of factors at play that change from skater to skater, but just to focus on your examples of Nickel and Tyshawn, both of them are big names, but it seems like Adidas went to push Tyshawn like their Nets Buznits as one of their superstars. While Nickel is a big name, he may not be assigned the same worth to have them design a brand new shoe for him. Plus, too many pro model shoes would saturate the catalog, while pro colorways generally sell quickly and then done with till the next one. I'm sure the decision making changes company to company, and I'm not an expert, but that's just my guess. The next person stated, Knock gets in there. I think they're hating on Knock for this one. Knock gets his own colorways, but no pro model because he's a big name. But the Adidas heads are afraid of what a scrub like him would do with too much say over design. So what I commented back to the America team manager was, I understand that and respect the idea of how much money can go into making new molds and designing a new shoe, but more so what I was meaning is with the brands that do have pro models out for pros who don't get countless colorways prior to their shoe, and brands that have put out plenty of pro models when looking at their archives, why are they giving other pros colorways over and over again? Please believe me, I know not every pro will get a shoe. I know some aren't in it for that and are happy just receiving shoes to skate in, but when it comes to the example given prior between Tyshawn and Nickel Smith, why is one stuck in colorway purgatory and the other got to start designing a shoe right after their colorway dropped? I'm not trying to say Knock deserves one or not. I personally couldn't care for his skating, but the guy has to be doing something right to keep getting and receiving colorways after colorway of either shoes that are popular and selling well or ones being brought back. The new Rasta colorway is what I'm referring to. He was the front runner for the 3ST002 with the FA white blue colorway when Adidas was putting out the tech specs video on the new 3ST line. So I'd say Adidas has faith in him and what he's doing, but if him having multiple colorways means they've been successful with each one, wouldn't that put into perspective that he could carry a shoe, or just simply thinking he's good at selecting colors for shoes? I don't know. I could literally be looking at this too deeply, but seeing people literally get colorway after colorway after colorway over the years has made me bitter towards the idea, only because thinking that the color they're getting only exists because they picked it, or it's been X number of years since it's been in the line and now someone wants it as their pro color. I'd rather support the pro by buying their actual pro stuff instead of just a colorway. I know I'm judging harshly, but if I had to pick getting a pro shoe or the colorway, for example, the Dixon or the color of the Wino slip-on, I'd rather more go to the pro and get his actual shoe. Plus, if his color choice isn't what I like, if and since he has his own shoe, he'll have various colors to choose from. Sorry for the long response. I've been holding this idea in for a while. I just wanted to air it out. So, what do you guys think? Is there any kind of thought that you guys have had as far as seeing maybe your favorite pro get colorway after colorway after colorway and just live in colorway purgatory, which means they're not taking you away from the team. They're not doing anything less with you. They're just not giving you a pro shoe and just giving you colorways, versus seeing other pros get nothing but pro shoes. And that was my whole idea behind why I was asking it. Especially seeing Andrew Ellen, since he was an AM, he's been, getting tons of colorways of some of the more, popular designs at the time. And he was, along with the guys I mentioned earlier, Fanner, Chima, and Gilbert Crockett, they were getting all the same type of shoes, like, the Chuckalo, the Eras. They were getting a lot of the other team shoes that were all of different colorways all at the same time. And then Chima got a pro model shoe. Gilbert got a pro model shoe. I don't know what the hell Chris Fanner is doing anymore. I don't really follow him. And then, Andrew Ellen just got a new authentic high colorway. And he's been getting, colorway after colorway after colorway after colorway. And it's not that I'm saying I really like his skating. I'm not arguing, if I do or don't. The idea is, why is it so many pros that if a company is able to invest so much money into giving you your own colorway and is allowing you to be able to get revenue from that, and your name sells, why are they stuck in colorway purgatory versus getting their own pro model shoe? Especially if it's been X number of years that they've been on the team and they have been proving themselves to be able to carry the name, to carry the shoe, and to do all that. Why are they stuck with getting colorways versus getting a pro model shoe? Because I know Etnies for a while, just another example, they took away pro model shoes and they gave everyone colorways, because obviously the Marana was Sheckler's shoe, and for example the Highlight was Tyler Bledsoe's shoe when he was on Etnies, and they took away the names and just had it as a team model, and then they gave everybody colorways, even from different branches of the brand, you know, when it came to the snowboarding, the BMX, what have you. So they were giving everybody colorways of that shoe. So does that mean all those people are getting, you know, that royalty check for that color? And why not, if their name is selling that well and they're able to push it that hard and to make a profit for the company, you know, put the money up front to give them their own shoe to let them actually really bring in some money. But I mean, that's just me, right? So what are your guys' thoughts on this? I'm really curious if anybody actually has their own insight to what this is and just can give me a little bit more insight that is able to, you know, that maybe is part of the industry that, you know, can clear some things up for me. But leave your comments down below. I'm really curious. I will read all of them. So please comment down below. I'd love to get a discussion going on this. If you like the content, want to see more, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video goes up. If you like this video, please give it a like, so that way I can grow the channel to be able to do more stuff like this for you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.